RMS Lusitania: The Sinking of the Lusitania by the Irish Potato. On the afternoon of the 7th of May, 1915, one of the world's greatest passenger liners disappeared beneath the waters of the southern coast of Ireland in less than 20 minutes. The British ocean liner was RMS Lusitania. Nearly 2,000 passengers and crew were aboard. Only one torpedo struck. Within 18 minutes, she was gone. The disaster shocked the world and helped shape the course for the First World War. This is the story of the Lusitania, her passengers, her final voyage, and the eyewitnesses who watched her die. The ship. She entered service in 1907. Lusitania was among the largest and fastest ships afloat. She stretched almost 800 feet in length. Her four towering funnels became a symbol of luxury and British engineering. The ship contained grand first-class lounges, lavish dining rooms, a smoking room panelled in rich wood, second-class accommodation superior to many first-class hotels, and dormitories and cabins for the hundreds of third-class immigrants. Powered by enormous steam turbines, Lusitania could cross the Atlantic faster than most rivals. For many travelers, she represented the pinnacle of ocean travel. War comes to the Atlantic. By 1915, Europe was at war. Britain and Germany are locked in a struggle that stretched across continents and oceans. German submarines, known as U-boats, began attacking ships supplying Britain. Before Lusitania sailed from New York, the German embassy published warnings in American newspapers. Travelers were advised that British ships entering the war zone around Britain could be attacked. Many passengers ignored the warning. Some never even saw it. Others dismissed it as propaganda, and the Lusitania departed New York on the 1st of May 1915. Few aboard believed the disaster awaited them. Approaching Ireland. 6 days later, the Irish coast appeared on the horizon. The ship was nearing the end of her crossing. Passengers prepared luggage. Children played on deck. Families looked forward to arriving in Liverpool. Off the coast of County Cork, however, another vessel awaited. The German submarine SMU-20, commanded by Walter Schwatka, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'll just call him Walter, already sunk several ships. At approximately 2:10 p.m., Walter spotted the Lusitania through his periscope. He later recorded, "A steamer appears. 4 funnels and 2 masts." The submarine fired a single torpedo. The attack. Passengers reported hearing a dull thud. Then came a second, more violent explosion. To this day, historians still debate the cause of the second blast. Some suggest a boiler explosion, others believe the cargo shifted or detonated. Whatever the cause, the effect was devastating, as it had made an even bigger hole in the ship, which, obviously caused it to sink faster. Eyewitness Lawrence Beasley. There came a dull, not very loud report. The whole ship trembled. The liner immediately began listing to the starboard side, which, if you don't know, is the port side. Within moments the angle became severe. Water flooded the lower compartments. Panic spread. The lifeboat disaster. The Lusitania was equipped with lifeboats, but the rapid list made launching them almost impossible. Many boats smashed against the ship's side, others overturned. Some spilled passengers into the sea. Eyewitness survivor account. The deck became steeper and steeper every minute. People struggled to simply remain standing. Crew members fought desperately to launch boats. Parents searched for children. Passengers clung to railings. The ship's great funnels loomed above the chaos. As the bow settled deeper, the sea rushed across the decks. The final minute. Just 18 minutes after the torpedo struck, the end came. The bow plunged downward, the stern lifted high into the air. Witnesses along the Irish coast watched in horror. Eyewitness local observer, probably from Ireland, 100% from Ireland, I hope. You know, Irish people have good eyesight. Yeah. She seemed to hesitate for a moment, then disappeared beneath the water. I'd say that was because of the air bubbles, to be honest. You know what I mean? Pressure. More than 1,100 people lost their lives. Many victims died not from drowning, but from exposure in the cold Atlantic waters. Entire families vanished. Among the dead were 128 American citizens. Rescue efforts. Fishing boats, tugs, and rescue vessels raced from nearby ports. Survivors were brought ashore from the harbour town of Queenstown, today known as Cove, which was also the last land destination of the Titanic, before reaching New York, where it picked up all the passengers. Witnesses describe heartbreaking scenes: rows of bodies lined in temporary mortuaries. Families searched desperately for loved ones. Doctors and volunteers worked through the night. The wreck. Today Lusitania sits approximately 300 feet below the surface off the coast of County Cork. The wreck lies on her starboard side. That's also where the list was. Many recognisable features remain. Explorers have identified sections of the hull, the bow structure, propellers, deck fittings, and portions of the superstructure. As you can see, I've added some images. On the left is the telegraph, which is like what they use to say, like, full steam, back speed, flank, like that, you know. Conclusion. Conclusion, sorry. The sinking of the Lusitania became one of the defining events of the First World War. Newspapers around the world carried shocking images and survivor accounts. Public opinion, particularly in the United States, turned increasingly against Germany. Although America would not enter the war until 1917, the Lusitania became a powerful symbol of the conflict's human cost. More than a century later, her story still resonates: a magnificent ship, a single torpedo, 18 terrible minutes, and a tragedy that changed history forever. By the Irish Potato.